Hey guys, Terry here. Hey, I have been bad and I have not done a sheet load for June and July. So I just finally printed off both those instruction sheets. This comes from a gal on YouTube. Her name is Alicia, and I'll link her below. But she's got a wonderful crafting channel, and she always shows us each month a wonderful recipe for making a batch of cards. So for June, the card looks like this, and it is a, let's see, is this the, no, July is the 5x7. So this one is a regular A2 size card, and it's using 4 pieces of 6x6 pattern paper. And I thought that I would, seeing how she cuts them, so here she's got the instructions for a 6x6 piece of paper. What I was thinking was, I've got this pack from Simple Stories, and I was kind of thinking I would just make one card. She has the instructions on there to, and the measurements for one card. So I thought I could use this one piece of paper. Look how cute this is. This is from Simple Stories, and it's called Just Beachy. And the colors really caught my eye, so I had bought this recently. And look at these little critters on here. So this page caught my eye, but then what I also liked was the back of it. So I thought, now this is a 6x8, and she's saying use a 6x6. But I think what I can do is I can cut 3 inches of the strip that goes across the card, and then 3 inches will be the pattern paper that goes across the card. So I think I can get a couple of cards made from just this one piece and not make the whole batch of cards. So that's my plan for the June set. So I'm going to do that, and then for the July one, she's got a 5x7 card. And I think what I might do is, like again, I don't know that I want to make a great big batch of cards. I'm not sure yet, but it's a 5x7. I guess the thing I don't like about the 5x7 is you use an entire one piece of cardstock. You can normally get 2 card bases out of one piece of cardstock. Now, is that stingy of me or what? But I do like when I can get 2 card bases out. So I think what I might do is I'm going to cut one of these out of my pattern paper and then see how I can adjust it to make it down a little bit smaller for an A2 size card. They're not a lot different, but I think I can shrink this down and maybe even make the sentiment smaller, and it would fit on an A2 size card. So I have to experiment with that. But the paper pack that I pulled out for that is another Simple Stories one that I recently bought. It's another 6x8. This one's called Flea Market. Again, the colors jumped out at me. And look at these different sets here. It was actually hard for me to decide. So this one we're going to use, this one has you using 2 12x12 pieces. But I thought what I could do is just cut 6x6 sheets. So here's my first set. Look how pretty that paper is. Isn't that gorgeous? Those pink florals and then the pink paper. So that'd be a very nice contrasting combo. And then this one, oh my gosh, you guys, look, this one is cameras. And I thought that this plaid went with it well. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love camera paper. So I thought this would be a good contrasting set. And then this one too. Here's another one with florals. And at first I had pink paper with it, but I really like this, whatever that blue is. It's just such a striking color there. So again, I thought I could adjust the pattern to make A2 size cards. And I can't decide of these sets of paper which one I want to do. So I've got the blue and the flowers, the plaid and the cameras, and the pink and the florals. So I may just do one of each. I don't know yet. I don't know. Again, I gotta play. So, and the one thing that I love about her giving us the recipe, she does this the first of the month, and then on the second of the month she shows how she made it in case you want some more instructions from what her patterns say. But I just love that every month she comes up with a new design, and they're always just an attractive set of cards. And like I said, you can decide to make one or you can make the whole batch. So I'm going to do some dabbling, and then I will show you my cards. Back in a second. Okay, I chose some blue solid cardstock to back it, and then I also picked a just a pink background for the card base. A little bit different from the design, but it saved a little bit of paper. And then I'm just gonna ink this sentiment up that says hip hip hooray. And put hip hip hooray on the outside and then happy birthday on the inside. So I'm using my Misty because I'm always nervous I'm not going to get the full. So see, I missed the H there. So I do like to stamp it another time, so I love the Misty tool for that. It's a little bit pricey, but it really saves time. You don't have to remake your card. If you don't have a Misty and you mess up when you're stamping it, you could always stamp it on another piece of paper and then make it like a little tag. So that looks good. And I checked before I put my stamp on there that I had room. So how cute is that? Love that. Love this paper. This paper had the animals on the front and the water on the back. And when I went to, I was going to make one with the animals here and one with the animals down here, but the animals were so hidden on this piece. So I decided to make two cards and have them both be the animals on the top, since it was on opposite sides of the piece of paper. So let me get this other one stamped. Okay, that came out pretty good. I'm trying to remember where this stamp set is from. It might be one of those Stephanie Bernard with Sizzix. It doesn't say on it. So I'm thinking because it has the dies with it, it might be a Sizzix stamp set. So I'll try to search for it and link it if I can find it below. But I'm going to use that one. That one for the outside, and then on the inside I have the larger Misty so that I can open up my cards. I had a small one, but I really like the larger one. So I think on the inside, this one's from Hero Arts. It's just called CM597. And I think I'm going to use this sentiment that says, I hope your birthday is filled with love and laughter. So, put that on the inside. I usually stamp with black, so this is big that I'm using a color. Stamp it again. Sometimes the first time you use a stamp, it doesn't stamp 100%, so another good reason for the Misty. I've always used liquid glue. I know some people like their tape runner, but I like the liquid glue. It just keeps stuff in position. There we go. I think it's really fun to get the latest SheetLoad each month and then pick out a pack of paper that you've recently bought. I mean, we pick up these packs of paper all the time, and some of her SheetLoads are for 12 by 12 and some are for 6 by 6. So you know, pull out that fun paper that you have and use it. I think we hoard the paper, which is terrible. We need to pop it in the mail and send it to somebody. I mean, who doesn't love getting something in the mail besides bills and garbage? Okay, I got the June, I made 2 of the June pattern. Really like it. Like I said, I think what inspired me was getting out the paper pad that I just saw was so cute, and then finding a couple of stamps to say something small here on the front, and then a birthday message on the inside. So thought those were cute. And like I said, I made them matching. I didn't make them all, you know, the paper all turned flipped over here. So I liked the animals on that. So I think it turned out really cute. So there is that one. Now let me go figure out the July one. This is the one I'm changing from the 5x7. So wish me luck. Okay, I've got something I'm going to try. Knowing that the base of an A2 card is 5.5 by 4.25, if I just want to have a 1/4 inch edge there, then I would do my background piece here at 5.25 by 4, and then I made these 2 pieces be 1/2 inch instead of 3/4 of an inch. So that would make the background piece, the layering piece behind those would be 3/4 of an inch. So 1/2 inch for that, 3/4 of an inch for that. And then I don't know if I'm going to do a 2 inch or a 2.5 inch circle for my sentiment. I'll figure out which sentiment I want, and then I'll make the circle wide enough. So I'm going to try that, see if it works. I've picked out some bright colors to go with these papers. I'll have a contrasting card base from the layers, and I think those will work good. So let me get all this cut. Okay, I'm ready to stamp the sentiment for the July sheet load. I have used my 2-inch Stampin' Up! Punch, and then I've measured this at 1.5 inches and cut the bottom off. And then I have it in my Misty, and I've got my Island Indigo blue out, so I'm just going to use that for this batch too. And I have another set of stamps here that's mystery stamps. Got it a long time ago. It might have come in a paper pumpkin, although it's large. I don't think it's Stampin' Up! So I don't know where I got this from. So again, I will search and see if I can find it and link it below. But I'm liking how this A2 size card turned out. Look at that snail mail. So let me get the rest of these stamped, assembled, and I'll show you how the July cards came out. Okay, here's how the cards turned out. When I had my pieces trimmed for the, if you recall, there's 2 pieces of trim. I made them be 1/2 inch. They just didn't look the right proportion for an A2 size card. So I think because you had lots of room on a 5x7, that worked there. But I just decided to do the one contrasting strip across there. And then I've got my sentiment up here. Do kids today even know what snail mail means? Well, they're not mailing cards, so forget that. But I think I might put a white card base inside here. I don't know. The pink, you can write on it and read it, but I might add another layer of white inside the card. But I really like how they turned out. There's the floral and the grid, and then here's the blue flowers with that plaid. Just so cute. Love how those turned out. Love those colors. And then this was the photograph paper, and on the back of the photograph paper it had this. It looked like a quilt pattern, and then I flipped this piece over too, and it had that cut across the bottom of it. So play with your pattern paper. I mean, these 6x6 pads, in this case it was a 6x8 pad, so I was able to cut the 2 backgrounds from the 8-inch tall piece of paper because I had to make them 4 inches by 5.25. But the 6x8 pad worked great for this. So love how they turned out. Love the hot pink and love the blues. And Yeah, they turned out cute. So that was my July ones. So here in a few days, it's going to be the August one coming up. So I'll try to get to that video quicker than I did with the June and July. So thank you guys for watching. I enjoy you guys checking in. Subscribe if you haven't. Also check to see if your subscription is still there, because YouTube does something to unsubscribe people. I know there's people that I follow, and the subscribe has gone away, so I've had to re-click it. So I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and I hope I inspired you to get out that pattern paper and play and make some cards. I'll link to Crafty Al's channel below. Even if you just look at her recipe and kind of get some inspiration, that's great. But she does it every month, so I will talk to you guys later. Bye.